Raise your hands if you've ever done your taxes. They're not fun, are they? I know I hate doing them. And I know right after high school, I didn't know how to do them, who to go to, or how to even get them done. Do I just take it in? Do I send it by mail? No, I didn't know. Well, adulting is hard. You gotta figure these things out. And these are some of the things that I wish someone had told me when I was 18, fresh out of high school, didn't know what I was doing in my life. Such as, being aware of your surroundings, or taking responsibility for your actions and learning from your mistakes. Failure is ultimately the best teacher. So, one time, right, I was in Fort Bliss, New Mexico, Texas border. We was out there in this wadi, and we're creeping around. All of a sudden, I look down one time. Ooh, there's this absolute biological landmine sitting about 2 inches from my foot. There's a Southwest Diamondback. The only reason I didn't get bit was he was facing away from my foot. So I peg her off a little bit, tell everybody behind me, hey, there's a snake, watch out. And I learned the hard way almost. Being aware of my surroundings is very important, and taking responsibility for it. So which leads me to my next point. Taking responsibility for your actions. We were in 29 Palms, and I was sitting on the gun line. I'm cleaning the old Ma Dude's 50 cal. I'm sitting there taking it apart, yada yang. All of a sudden, like a bat out of hell, the sandstorm comes up, and it's blowing dust and debris everywhere, all over me and along my gun, which has LSA on it, which is a very thick lubricant meant for the 50 cal machine gun. So I put everything back together, push everything on my Kevlar, just carrying it all into this enclosed area in our hut. And when I get there, I realize, ooh, I'm missing this pin. If I don't have this pin, then my gun doesn't work. I'm freaking out, running around trying to find it. Ultimately, I had to tell my corporal at the time, hey, corporal, I lost the pin. Can you help me find it? I'll take whatever counseling, whatever hazing you want to do with me later. Just let's find this pin so we can finish the day. He said, all right. So go and find it. Ultimately, it was in my Kevlar. Duh. Found it, put it back together, finished the day, come back to him later. He said, hey, you messed up, son, but I respect that you told me. And I learned through my failure that taking responsibility for my actions isn't so bad. Ultimately, I still have to get punished for it, but it wasn't as bad, I think. But let's lead into my final topic. Failure. Failure is a very good teacher. Failure is the best teacher. But one cannot just fail. One has to learn from it and move on. So, when I was in my last year of being in the Marines, I was trying my best to be a corporal. I was still a Lance Corporal at the time. I kept trying and trying and trying and trying and trying, but I never did succeed. Ultimately, I figured out what was wrong. I had to figure out how to correct these deficiencies that I had. So I went out and ran more. I picked up my PT score. I studied more. I picked up my knowledge score. And ultimately, I did practice on boards because we have a board system where if you had to go along with sergeants, first sergeants, and some officers to be selected up on board. And I got better at that. So one day, finally, I said, hey, we're recommending you. Once you finally get a score, you'll get promoted. I was so happy. And finally, the day came, I got the score. And that was in December of 2018. And I was so relieved. I finally picked a corporal. I was happy. I finally got it. But it's because I learned from my failures. I didn't just let them be failures. I learned how to get past them to improve myself. I tell you all this because I wish someone had told me all these bits of knowledge when I was 18, 19, 20. And I think I would have been more successful knowing those at that time, if I didn't have to learn them the hard way. So I'll leave you with this quote from Yoda. Failure. Yes, failure, the greatest teacher is. Thank you for your time.